Hi, I'm Tara. I'm back with the Dickinson Clark team at Compass, and here's 3 homebuyer mistakes you don't want to make. Number 1 is submitting your repair request prior to receiving the seller disclosures. So let's go ahead and define what both of those mean for those of you who don't know. The repair request is a form submitted by the buyer to the seller, which will be outlining any sort of repairs or corrections the buyer would like to see made based on the results of the home inspection, any other inspections, and investigations. Seller disclosures are any reports, disclosures, and material facts the seller must provide that may affect the value or desirability of the property. At times, the seller disclosures may contain pertinent information that may have to prompt you as the buyer to have to undergo further investigation. So why would you as the buyer submit your repair request and begin the negotiation process and remove contingencies before you even understand what the seller knows about the house? Number 2 is not thoroughly reviewing or understanding the HOA documents if you're purchasing in an association. Once you receive the HOA documents, you have whatever time frame you've agreed to with the seller in the contract, or 5 days after delivery, whichever is later, to review those documents. Not all HOAs are the same. They have different rules and regulations, also known as CCNRs, and different financial aspects of living within that specific community. This includes potential issues like ongoing litigation, the status of reserves, which is important for maintenance and repairs, and what expenses the HOA actually covers. Failing to review the HOA documents thoroughly can lead to unexpected costs, conflicts, or even limitations on property use. So if you have any questions or concerns, I highly recommend you have an attorney review. Your agent will also be reviewing the documents, so it's important that if you have any questions or any concerns prior to wanting to purchase in that community, you really let them know what's important to you. And number 3 is a big one. Never, ever, ever waive your loan contingency. Why? Because this is a big risk. You may lose your earnest money deposit if you do this. And your earnest money deposit is usually around 3% of the purchase price. So if you're buying something for $800,000, that's $24,000 that you might lose. What if, God forbid, you lose your job? Or what if all of a sudden you have increased debt? So it's changing your debt to income ratios. What if you have appraisal issues and the property doesn't appraise for the agreed upon purchase price? You may have trouble securing financing. Now, if you're putting a certain amount down, like maybe 50% or so, that may be a different story. But generally, people are not putting that much down. In that case, you as the buyer may struggle to secure financing, especially if you're not putting a lot down. There are conditions that need to be met on your loan. That means there are certain requirements or criteria that must be satisfied before the lender can actually finalize and confirm your loan. So just to be safe, don't do it. Don't do it. It's not worth the risk. And if your agent or your lender is telling you it's a great idea, all I have to say is really, if you have any questions or concerns regarding this matter, feel free to reach out anytime, and good luck out there.